Good morning, Cypress Village residents, and welcome to Virtual Coffee Chat. Today is Friday, August 27th, and glad to have all those viewers out there today for another exciting, informative episode here today at Cypress Village. I'm going to kick it off with a couple topics now before we turn it over to the other department directors with their updates. My first and foremost is regarding resident volunteers. I was extremely pleased and also grateful for the turnout that we had that Katie Amador hosted roughly 10 days ago for those that wanted to get involved and help around the community where they could based on the staffing struggles we're having and challenges that we're dealing with on a daily basis. I think we had roughly 60 residents show up willing, ready to go, and ready for their first assignment. So with that being said, all of you that showed up, I can't thank you enough. It was completely volunteerism. It was not something that we were absolutely requiring or needing, but I can tell you that support has been, invaluable. It has been incredible, and I want to thank all of you for that. One of the key areas that we kicked off with the resident volunteers was dining services. Specifically deliveries. So as of Monday of this week, I think it was Monday, maybe Tuesday was the second day, but Monday was the kickoff. We started with a new program regarding delivery service to our residents. We did so because when we originally went back to delivery, again with COVID, not knowing how long this spike or this current wave was going to last, we just let it roll for, several weeks. And then we realized that this was not going to be a quick spike and then a retreat. It was going to be here for at least, a period of time that we needed to really consider doing a better job for meal delivery. So with that being said, the three most common complaints that we were receiving from residents regarding the delivery services was, number one, the timeline between when they would receive their meal. Some residents would tell me, on Monday I received my dinner at 4 p.m. and they said on Wednesday of the same week they did not receive it until 7 o'clock. That's unacceptable. That's too long of a span of time for you to be waiting for your meal. So one of the key areas that we focused on was the amount of time that we would commit to getting your meal. Probably the second most common complaint was the accuracy of what was ordered. So we have recently implemented a new menu, and on that new menu, each day is cut into, sevens, like Monday through Sunday, and that is now the ticket that we're using to fire to the kitchen for your order to be prepared. We're hoping that that's going to really, improve the accuracy of your meal. But then what the chef or the cook is doing after they plate your meal is they're giving that ticket back to the server, who is stapling that to the new brown bag to verify the accuracy and hopefully let you compare what you received to what was actually ordered. So hopefully that's been also a big improvement. And last but not least were the containers. The complaints that we had relative to the containers were that the styrofoam was not microwavable. A lot of times the styrofoam was too flimsy and the container would get turned upside down or to the side. All the food would get congealed, and it was just not an appetizing way to receive your meal in some cases. So what we did was we invested in a nicer container, which is microwavable. I know Thomas had mentioned that last week. So please don't put it on high for too long, but you can microwave it at a medium setting for a minute and a half without any damage to the container, and that'll also be a convenience for you. But hopefully it's keeping all of the entrees and the different sides, whether it's a starch or a vegetable or a mixture of both, in separate containers, so when you receive it, it's all separated. Lastly, regarding the containers, were the actual transit bags we were using. We were using those flimsy plastic Publix bags, more so just as a cost savings. But the problem with those bags were they did not fit all of the containers of food that were ordered. So many times residents would receive multiple bags. the bags did not fit the containers appropriately because the containers would turn upside down or sideways when they were delivered. And that is why we had converted to the brown bag. It allows multiple containers within one bag, so hopefully you're now only receiving one bag, and when you receive them, the bag and the containers are hopefully flat and you're getting a better product at the end of the day. So I do want to thank Candace Yates for really helping quarterback this effort for Thomas Rivers and myself, and I look forward to any feedback that you have regarding it. One request that we've already had, which was also a compliment, the compliment was that they really liked the new system, but the request was, is there a way that we can recycle the brown bags? I love that request because those bags are quite expensive comparatively speaking, and we will put out something here in the very near future on how we can recycle those bags, very similar to like Trader Joe's does. So thank you for that recommendation. I think it's a great one. And again, all the volunteers, can't thank you all enough. It is making a huge difference. So thank you.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy coffee chat from the maintenance department. Quick updates. Last week I put out about the key fob system. A couple of questions that I've been getting. One, you will not be able to opt out of it. We have to do it for everybody. Two, you will be able to unlock your door to say go put trash in the trash room or whatever the case may be and not have to use your fob when you go back in. It won't be like an hotel. Three, you will be able to track who comes in and who goes in your apartment if you're not home. So those are three of the bigger questions I've had. I've requested a sample. Laurel and I will put out a more detailed diagram and everything in a couple weeks, because we're still about 6 to 8 weeks out before this even gets started because the equipment's that far away. In the beginning of next month, I think it's right around the 8th, 9th, we're going to be resurfacing the front circle and the drive in and out up to Middleton Park. We'll do half one day, half the other day. I'll have exact dates and times. They're going to restripe the parking lot, and so that will make everything look good out there. After that, I am going to refresh the concrete walkway as well with the yellow and the brick red. So there'll be a lot of action in the front of the parking lot coming forward. And then September, obviously this is all weather related, so because of the outside work. My contractor's been delayed on the Loon's Nest because of all the rain, which has in turn delayed the D Tower entrance. We're still getting on it. As soon as I know the date, I'll let you know. And he is the same contractor that is doing the doors and window lentils out in the homes. So I know there's a lot of people out there waiting for him to do that. He's trying to hire contractors to work with him or people to work with him, and he's having a hard time. They're quitting after a day or two. The trees, there'll be 4 trees out in the berm right by the CV as you're coming out that are dying or even dead. They'll be taken out in the next week, as well as we have one oak tree that's looking pretty rough right on the end of the A tower. So the arborist is going to look at that and determine whether it has to come down or if we can just trim up all the dead stuff. That will be next week. Otherwise, that's all I got, so have a great weekend.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nick. I'm the Administrative Services Director. I'm back. Good to be back. I have a couple things to touch on today. First one being trip slips. Please don't forget, if you're going out of town, to turn in a trip slip to the security department. That way we know you're not there, you don't get packages, we don't go check on you. We just leave the apartment alone. So please don't forget to do that, because we like to know when someone's not there. We don't want to deliver, a meal or flowers to someone that's not going to be home for 2 weeks, if that makes any sense. So that's one thing. The second thing that I have is Andy Perez, our IT tech here on campus. Please don't forget to put in work orders, Tell's work orders. That's the best way he works. So if you have an issue, please call Jennifer or the concierge desk or security. They can all put in work orders into our system, Tell's. That way he can keep track, and I can keep track of what he's doing. please also allow time. You can't get there right when you put in your work order. It's going to be about 24 hours, 48 hours, depending on how important it is. We like to triage things like that. So other than that, I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I will see you around the village. Thank you.
Good morning, Cypress Village. I've heard some residents say that they were missing their papers, their newspapers from the Florida Times-Union this week. That is not something that Cypress Village is delivering right now. The delivery man from the Florida Times-Union is the one actually going apartment to apartment. So if you are missing your papers or you've noticed that you haven't been receiving your deliveries, then you should call the Florida Times-Union directly. Their phone number is 904-359-4255. For those of you who would like to email them instead, you can email circserv, which is CIRCSERV @jacksonville.com. So if you have any issues at all with your newspaper deliveries, please reach out to the Florida Times-Union directly. Ty had met with the manager a few weeks back to discuss issues that we were having as an entire community, and the manager told us then that they were looking for a replacement for their delivery driver. That's why the papers weren't arriving when they should. It was our understanding that the new delivery man had been hired and was working, so there might have been an issue with a call out or something like that. That's purely a speculation. So we recommend that you all call or email directly to the Florida Times-Union to see what's going on with your paper subscription specifically. When we've tried as employees to reach out on behalf of the resident, we've often been denied because we are not the phone number that is registered with the account or the address for that matter, and we don't usually get to the right place and get the problem solved when we call on behalf of the resident. So it's really best that the individual resident reaches out to the newspaper directly themselves. I hope this solves any problems or clears up any confusion that you may have had regarding the newspaper situation. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me and I will be able to direct you to where you need to go. I hope you all have a great Friday and enjoy your weekend. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Good morning, Cypress Village. Happy Friday. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. It is Katie Amador with the Community Life Services Department, and I have a few updates and reminders for you all this week. The first announcement that I would like to make is that the Community Life Services is adopting some office hours beginning this week. We will have someone in the office between the hours of 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. every day, and those are the hours that we encourage you to stop by and ask questions, sign up for programs, coordinate clubs and groups, reserve rooms, any needs, questions, inquiries, concerns. That is a wonderful time to address those with a member of the team. Outside of those hours, we cannot guarantee that someone will be in the office. So if you do stop by outside those hours and there is no one available, we will ask that you send us an email or give us a call, or of course stop by the following day during office hours, which again are 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. I also just wanted to give an update on our Alzheimer's donations. We have surpassed $7,000, and I still have a couple of checks here on my desk to submit this week. So I will have some more detailed numbers for you all next week, as well as a cameo coffee chat appearance from Terry Cantrell with the Alzheimer's Association. She's going to stop by the community and give us a more global update on the Alzheimer's Association and all of their fundraising efforts this year, so keep an eye out for that next week. We are also working to finalize the September activities calendar, so please keep an eye out for that. We've got a couple of exciting additions next month. We are going to restart not bar bingo, but prize wheel bingo, which is going to be very similar to bar bingo without drinks in person. We also are going to have a masquerade dance party where residents will wear their face mask and come and dance, and we're going to use both Egret Hall and the Loon's Nest so that we can spread out and accommodate as many residents safely as possible. And even if you don't want to dance at the masquerade, you are welcome to come by by and listen to some live music by Judy Steinmeier and her jazz group. So please keep an eye out for that, as well as some other fun programs next month. I also just wanted to give a big shout out and thank you to all of our resident volunteers who have started their volunteer efforts this week. Specifically in the dining room, we are still working through getting our plans together for the volunteers for greeters, as well as some of our programs volunteers and even some maintenance volunteers. And opportunities keep arising, so if you are interested in volunteering in any way, please stop by or give the activities office a call. Let them know your name and that you would like to be put on the volunteer list, and then I will be emailing out opportunities as they come up. So thank you to all of our volunteers. It's been a wonderful help, and I think a really fun way for you guys to get involved as well. Regarding the symphony, the first symphony day is approaching at the end of September, so we've got about a month. However, for those of you that have already signed up for the symphony, I wanted to let you know that even with our current COVID restrictions, we are still planning to send a bus for this event only. We are not adding any outings quite yet. However, we will accommodate those of you who have already purchased your symphony tickets. I am working to go through the list of those that signed up for the first symphony date in September and confirm that we'll have enough room on the bus. I will be distributing a letter to all of those symphony goers next week with just some more information and the plan as it could unfold due to COVID, so that you have that and can make backup arrangements if needed. So if you have signed up for any symphony concert this season, you should be getting a letter next week. If you have not signed up for a symphony concert bus and you need transportation, I highly suggest that you give us a call today or tomorrow to see if there's room to get your name on the list so that we can make arrangements, because it's going to be pretty tight for these first few concerts due to our COVID restrictions. CV Cinema is currently on hold. We are looking for resident volunteers to assist us with both starting and stopping the movies, as well as helping us choose the movies. So if you're interested in volunteering to assist with the CV Cinema program, please give Tiffany a call at 807-6163. And lastly, just a quick update. I have heard wonderful remarks from all of the residents regarding us playing The Crown on channel 266. And I just wanted to let you all know that beginning on Saturday, tomorrow, we will begin playing 2 episodes per evening on Saturdays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. So tomorrow, Saturday, we will play episode 1 and 2 of season 2, and then we will continue on with 3 and 4 on Tuesday, and 5 and 6 on Thursday. So keep an eye out for that, for the CVTV guide, the weekly schedule, the weekly update. Let us know if you have any questions, and we certainly hope to see you around the community. Have a great weekend.
Good morning, Cypress Village residents. Happy Friday. We're here with the Burger of the Week and the Pizza of the Week, also known as Bow and Pow. So for the Burger of the Week, I don't know if you have this problem, but I do quite frequently. I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm just sweating bullets. I don't know whether I want a Reuben or I want a hamburger for lunch the next day. Well, we've solved that problem for you. We have a Reuben burger. So it's our all beef patty with sauerkraut, Thousand Island Swiss cheese on some thick, beautiful rye bread. Gently pressed with a little bit of butter until the cheese is nice and goldy melted. Well, the cheese doesn't get golden, bread does. Cheese gets melty. Serve it with some beautiful tater tots, onion rings, or sweet potato fries, whatever you like. The pizza of the week is a buffalo chicken pizza. It's got our delicious buffalo sauce, mozzarella cheese, blue cheese, just a little bit of blue cheese, a little bit more buffalo sauce on top, a little bit of ranch dressing, and our fried chicken. So I hope you all enjoy the Burger and Pizza of the week, and let me know what you think.
What's up, Tommy?
How are you?
I'm good, buddy. How you doing?
Good. I don't think my elbow reached that far.
Are you doing Burger of the Week?
Yep. Bow and Pow.
All right.
Good morning, Cypress Village residents. I would like to feature a wine sale today. I'm going to have some pretty competitive prices. I've been looking around at what other businesses are selling their wine for, and I think I've got some really good deals for you. The big bottles of Barefoot will be going for $8. We'll also have some significantly reduced prices on the higher end wines. The same deal is going to be happening for our beer as last week. That's $5 a 6-pack. You can mix a 6 if you would like. And we've reduced the price on the 4-packs to $5.50. All right, I hope to see all of you at the wine sale here at the bar from 12 to 2. Thanks so much and have a great weekend.
All right, I'm back, and I hope everybody's enjoying today's episode. Real quick on the COVID front here at Cypress Village, we'll start with the most local statistics we have. So today at Cypress Village, we currently have 3 active employees that are out with COVID. All are doing okay, recovering, self-isolating at the time, and we currently have 4 active residents. The 3 current residents that we do have, none of which are in our regulated settings, being our healthcare center or assisted living memory care. So that's a good, place not to have it. So we're doing well there. And overall, 3 with the entire population, considering the rates across Duval County and the state of Florida, I consider us doing pretty well. So those are all good notes. Couple stats I'd just like to share with everybody that I have either read or heard on podcasts that I listen to just to stay current with all of the COVID activity throughout the state of Florida. Florida in general is the worst state currently right now in the country for COVID. They have averaged more deaths statewide in the last week than they did at the height of the pandemic previously. They're averaging somewhere in the 230, 235 range per day deaths. All of these are unvaccinated people. So again, it is the pandemic of the unvaccinated. So if you are not vaccinated, we are going to have future clinics here, again, for your convenience, offering not only the Pfizer vaccine, but we have now procured Moderna as well as some J&J. J&J is very, very limited. So very safe saying Moderna and Pfizer we can provide to our residents. So if you haven't got vaccinated, make sure you do. It's the right thing to do, unless it's a medical complication you may have. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to birthdays, and we're going to start. I think we wished these 2 a happy birthday last week, but we're going to do it again. That is Miss Mary Fisher on the 27th, and Mr. Bob Gall on the 27th as well. On the 28th, we've got Robert Morrison, Sid Ballsbaugh, and Mr. Bob Maxwell. Happy birthday to you 3 gentlemen. On the 29th, we've got my buddy Bob Smoot. Bob, happy birthday. On the 30th, my other buddy Jerry Guadagno. He's the sole birthday on the 30th. And on the 31st, we've got 2 ladies. We've got Miss Sarah Watkins and Miss Ann Allen. Happy birthday to you ladies. Going to September, new month, we've got 2 on the 1st. We've got the lovely Jetty Johnson and Miss Mary Lee. Happy birthday to you 2 on September 1st. On the 2nd, we've got Ruth Russell and Ernie Mayer. And last but not least, on the 3rd, we've got Mr. Alan Mancini. Alan, happy birthday to you coming up. So with that, this will conclude today's episode of Coffee Chat. Hope everybody has a great Friday, great weekend. Stay safe. Look for the birthday fairy. Reach out to a friend. Have a good time. And, thank you all for everything. We really appreciate you.
So, otherwise, coming up soon, cut. I can't remember now.
Okay, go ahead,
right.
Grizzly Adams.
Yeah. It's itchy right now.
Bow and pow. Bow and pow.
Wow, you're a one-hitter quitter.
I never know the right stance.
We're going to be featuring our wine, and it's the prices. I'm no Thomas. I'm not no one-take Thomas here.
Adios, muchachos.